I did spend a lot of the pandemic working on myself. I think a lot of people did that. I don't know if you guys can tell I'm trying to stand up straight. I started working on my posture because I got an ad on Instagram that was asking me if I was slouching too much. I was just scrolling. They're like, are you slouching right now? And I looked in the mirror, and sure enough, I'm like this. And I'm like, how closely are you watching me? But what they were trying to do is sell me these rubber bands that go around your shoulders, and they make you, stand like a guy that you hate. You know these dudes that just come into a room all shoulders and Adam's apple everywhere they go? No one likes that guy. His name's usually Trevor or something. You know the guy. He runs a CrossFit gym. I don't know if this is hitting too close for home or anybody. Just come on. So I almost bought these rubber bands and make you stand like a Trevor. But I didn't, because I'm like, I have mental strength. I can just remind myself to stand up straight. So that's what I've been doing. I've just been standing up straight. And you know what I learned? Standing up straight hurts my back. Like right now, this is very uncomfortable. Right where all the bones meet, pain. You know what feels good? This right here. This right here has never hurt me once. Never once have I been like this going, ooh, we gotta straighten out. I think this is where we're supposed to be. You know who I think had it right? That dude in the middle of the evolutionary chart. You know what I'm talking about? The cavemen. On one end, there'd be a guy crawling, and at the other end, a Trevor just walking all upright. But if you look in the middle, there's just a guy with like a healthy slouch. I think that's where we're supposed to be. In fact, if you see a guy with this slouch, this is a good guy right here, all right? Befriend this guy. This guy will pick you up from the airport, okay? He'll be early. He'll have Starbucks ready. This is a good guy. This dude, he will try to date your girlfriend when you're gone on that trip. Not a great guy. I think I'm just gonna accept my curved spine, because I'm body positive. I love the body positivity movement. I'm not gonna live up to Instagram standards of spinal cords. Mine has a bit of a hitch in it, and I'm gonna love it. I love the body positivity movement. If you guys don't know what the body positivity movement is, that's where your body kind of sucks, but you love it anyway. What a great movement. Why would you hate your body? You love it. That's the one you got. You're like, yeah, but that guy's got a better one. Yeah, well, that guy sucks. You got what you got. You might as well love it. I wish body positivity was around sooner. I could have used it when I was a chubby kid growing up wearing a t-shirt in the pool. I could have used it then. I could have used body positivity then. I thought I looked slim, and you know I didn't. That was the chubbiest I ever looked. I would just come out, the shirt would be hugging my voluptuous curves. Not anymore, I'm body positive. I was at the beach last week, I took my shirt off. I don't care if my nipples don't match. I'm out there. Body positivity. My only knock on the body positivity movement, and I think it will evolve over time, but I hope one day body positivity can move north to include the face. I don't know if you guys have noticed, body positivity seems to cut off right around here. Right around here. Here down, you gotta love your body. That's your body. From here up, oh yeah, you gotta fix that. And you're like, why? It's connecting. You're like, no, it isn't. Don't mess with your face, you guys. Your face is beautiful. That's your face. Two people came together, they had an intimate moment, and this is the receipt. I feel like more people should cheer at that, but everyone's always like, yeah, but my parents were pretty ugly. If I want to smooth out some of these dents and divots, I will. I don't know, man. Life was good before the pandemic for me, anyway. 2019 was a great year. 2019 was the first year I started to feel like an adult. In 2019, I was 32, and I was like, this time, I was feeling like an adult. I bought a couch that year. It was a big year for me. I'm not saying I never owned a couch before. I'm just saying I never paid for one before, all right? It's my first time purchasing a couch. It was a big year. I also paid taxes that year. Never did that before. First timer. And I'm not trying to say I was a tax cheat. I always filed my taxes like a responsible citizen, but all the other years, the government was like, whoa, looks like you need this. In fact, here's a little extra. We're worried about you, 2019 was the first year they asked me for money, and just like that, I'm now a Republican. That's how that works. First 31 years, bleeding heart liberal. We gotta help everybody. Until they asked me for money, and I'm like, well, you guys gotta pick yourselves up by your bootstraps. can't be pulling the wagon for everybody. That's my favorite joke because it's for everybody. That's a bipartisan tax joke right there. Everyone can enjoy it. One side's like, oh, that's cute, he's being ironic. And the other side's like, he's seeing the light. Gets how it works now.
But yeah, so good to be here. Christmas weekend, La Jolla. Yeah, I want to know, I'm very curious, who are the local La Jollans? Clap it up. Okay, couple. Wow, all right. We really all snuck in, didn't we? I like that. I always think more locals come down here, but they're probably like at some secret party, you know? Mick Jagger's playing an acoustic set in a wine cellar somewhere. That's probably what they're doing. They're not coming down the hill, you know? I always feel weird coming up to La Jolla because I grew up in the trailer park, so I always feel like, it feels right and wrong at the same time, you know? I have this feeling, I'm like, well, don't park right in front, you know? Park it around the side and sneak in. I drive a Honda Fit, you know? Like, it's just gonna look like someone's housekeeper stuck around. I wanna feel like a local, man. But I like it. It's Christmas. It's going to be a good Christmas because we don't, I love it, but we don't have any young people in my family anymore, so no one tries anymore. Like I called my mom. I have a tiny Hungarian mother. I'm like, you want to hang out on Sunday? And she's like, Christmas? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, we should all hang out. She goes, okay, but I don't have a tree. And I'm like, we don't need a tree. And she's like, good. I don't even think she's cooking anything. Like, I think she's just going to treat it like a Sunday. I think that's what I think I'm going to show up and there's going to be Panda Express on the table. And she goes, double order orange chicken, correct? Mama knows, you know? That's who my mom is. No longer celebrates it. I like it. My fiance and I, Emma, we decided not to do gifts this year, like fancy gifts. We decided to just give each other what we need, you know? And I didn't need anything, and she needed a root canal, so that's what we ended up doing. And, which is a better gift. I'd rather pay for that, you know? Because last year I bought jewelry. I bought her a nice necklace, I think the year before, with some earrings or a bracelet or something. And I like stuff that you need, you know? And you know what? There is nothing more beautiful than all of your teeth. You could have all the diamonds on the world all over your body, but if you're missing just one tooth, you're like, that person stole those diamonds. You gotta have all of them, man. Yeah, because if you're missing one tooth, you might as well be missing all of them. Even if you go out, you're like, no, it's the one on the side, no one sees, but we see eventually. It's a big reveal. I remember one time I was talking to someone and I was on this side of him and I didn't see he was missing one of these. And we talked for like an hour. And he was like an interesting guy. We talked about a lot of interesting stuff and then he turned and I saw he was missing a tooth. And I was like, I don't believe anything he just said. I think I was just talking to one of those conspiracy theorists. You need all your teeth, man. It's important. Some good chompers. Yeah, it's good. It's been it's a good couple weeks of comedy. I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago. Dave Chappelle did a show in an arena in San Francisco, and Elon Musk joined him on stage. And I just want to let you know, I don't want to disappoint anyone, but that won't be happening tonight. And if that does happen, we will both be very surprised. We will be like, oh my God. What an amazing man. That's his face. Isn't that weird? Richest man in the world, and that's what they gave him. Keep your face, you guys. Don't mess around. Because he has all the money, and that's what they gave him. And also, don't feel bad. I can't punch any higher than Elon Musk, okay? I'm not punching down. He is doing great. He's on top of the world. You know, he's doing good. We're kind of all trying to decide where we're going. You know, California seems to be splitting up into two groups, and we got to choose who we're going to be. You know? There's only two groups that are growing. We got to choose. Are we going to be homeless or billionaires? And my friends and I, we talk about it. Like, I definitely know which group I'd like to be in. But I know which one's more likely. It's hard. I've been thinking a lot about homeless people and billionaires. They're pretty much the same. They're pretty much the same. If you take away like the money and the fancy, they're the same person. We even look at them the same, you know? Like neither group has a lot of friends. Generally, we look down on them, you know? And if we do feel bad for like a second, we think about it, we're like, no, they chose this, you know? And they all say the same things. They all say the same wild stuff. I can control the weather, you know? I'm gonna buy Twitter. I'm like, that's... Was that a billionaire or some guy outside of Starbucks just yelling that into the street? It's the same guy. Congrats to the local La Jollans that live here. You guys did it. Congrats. You did, or someone with your last name? Someone did it. This is excellent. I grew up in the trailer park, so I'm a little bitter, you know? Not too much, but just enough. Like, you ever meet someone who, like, you ever think of, like, those trust fund babies that don't have to work? And they're just on a yacht somewhere, doing cocaine with strippers. And you're like, why? And it's like, oh, me? Oh, my great-grandfather invented the zipper or something. So now for generations, we're just doing okay. I actually looked up the zipper. Did you know some guy invented that? We weren't just born with the zipper. Someone came up with that. It's like an invention that's been around forever. I was looking at the zipper because I had taken an edible, and you ever get on the wrong side of an edible and you're like, am I reading the Wikipedia page for the zipper? I was. The zipper was invented by some guy, and then some other guy weaseled in and took 50%. But I saw the schematics that they sent to the patent office, like what they sent for the zipper. And have you ever looked at an invention from like 100 years ago, and then you're looking at it, but you're like, man, if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't recreate that. That's why I was like looking at the zipper, like it made sense, but it didn't. It just comes together. It was like I was looking into a lava lamp, and I'm like, where did that one come from? You know, like how did... I was just blown away. And it was an arrogant invention. We didn't need the zipper. We had buttons. Buttons were doing great. They were doing awesome. Until one guy's like, bah, my penis is going to fall out of there. I need something more sturdy. It's not as arrogant as the scarf. The scarf might be the most arrogant piece of clothing they have. The scarf, like I bought a scarf for the first time last year because I was going to do a show in Chicago and it was freezing and my fiance's like, you're going to need a scarf. So I ordered one off Amazon, it showed up, and I didn't know there's so many ways to fold a scarf. I thought you just put it on and waft it and go about your business, right? And the back whips in the wind like the Red Baron, and that's how you wear a scarf. And I found out that's not how you wear a scarf. And she told me there's all these different ways to fold it. You like put it in and then it comes out. And I realized there's no way to wear a scarf without it just looking like your father owns all the railroads. Like, just highfalutin.